Let's go.
Something slightly different for the festive season this year. Instead of doing shorts on the other day, because I'm doing them daily, you're instead going to get a second video. And this week's is a compilation of the old Patreon exclusive ones. I decided to make them public because exclusive content isn't part of the new Patreon I began running. So fuck it, here's a full image of Studio Series for 2018, 19, and 20. I'm not making any adjustments or edits to the video. They are literally exactly as they were in 2023 and 2024. So consider them a fun time capsule. And consider this your advance warning. We're coming back for Studio Series. Enjoy. Hello. Welcome to the first of what I'm sure will be a few Patreon exclusive reviews. So I wasn't originally going to do Patreon exclusive content just because I didn't know if I could keep up a consistent schedule on it. But I think if I just do a smaller scale review, just talking about some exclusive shit run concurrently with the longer videos, it might work. So today I'm going to be doing a quick run through with a man who has no right to exist, Studio Series Thundercracker. Seriously, who the fuck is this guy? He just turned up out of fucking nowhere. So first of all, you might be surprised to find out that this is nothing to do with Starscream. Literally nothing to do with Starscream. They literally had a Starscream come out this year, but this one, no. This one was instead a repaint of the Last Night Nitro Zeus, which, I'm not gonna lie, is a fucking decent mould, but it still just begs the question of why. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. Being a repaint of Nitro, he is an unlicensed jet of vague origin. Apparently it looks similar to an F-16. Sure, I'm not much of a plane guy. I think it's just plain boring. But I rated this jet when I first got it in Nitro. I rate it again in the all blue. I think it looks quite fucking good actually. Like that deep blue with the red and silver. These dark grey panels off to the side, I'm assuming they're unpainted plastic. Stick out a little bit, but at the same time, I can live with it. Of course, being a repaint of Nitro, he's got a cockpit where you can sit your Titan Masters. And for all two of you that don't fucking know why, I'll get into that. Don't you worry, hun. Outside of that, you got. I really wanted to say you've got a relatively clean underside, but you don't. The whole robot's under there. I don't hate it. It's not the worst thing in the world. But at the same time, it's not the best thing in the world, because that would be the Starscream in jet mode. If I had to pick a Studio Series jet. He's got missile pods, it's just Nitro. And because this guy doesn't exist, there isn't as much to fucking meme on. God damn, I picked a fucking shit figure to do this first little video on. But it's the way it goes. Thundercracker in robot mode is perfectly acceptable. I personally do the wings a bit differently to make him look, more like a traditional Seeker and less like a fucking repaint of a not Seeker. Worth noting as well is the bug head. This guy goes full fucking Insecticon with the Starscream head. I kind of like it, but at the same time, this is just uncanny enough to just be fucking weird. And I don't mean like the head, I mean like the whole thing. Thundercracker was a Toys R Us exclusive. He was the last Toys R Us exclusive. Like, he came out so fucking late that I don't remember seeing him in Toys R Us. I never did. I think the Entertainer in the UK got him. And it makes me wonder, was there going to be some sort of little conceptual line to run alongside it? Because I can't figure out why you would get Thundercracker, who wasn't in any of the movies. He was in the comics, but fuck the comics. It's Studio Series, not fucking graphic novel series. So it makes me wonder, were we due to get a Skywarp? Maybe some Coneheads? An Acid Storm? A Sunstorm? Nah, I'm just kidding. We're never going to get a fucking Sunstorm for whatever goddamn reason. Like, who the fuck is this guy? Why is he here? You can't even say, oh, he was in Bumblebee. This came out before Bumblebee. It's meant to be Dark of the Moon. He appeared in the comics for between 07 and Revenge of the Fallen. Who is this fucking guy? Of course, as I previously mentioned, Nitro Zeus, Titan Master compatible because of a cutscene from the film. I'll go into it whenever I do Nitro Zeus because it's not relevant to Thundercracker, because nothing's relevant to fucking Thundercracker. But here's just a couple of different heads on Thundercracker so you can get a feel for it. Also getting a look slightly closer up at the head, it's just Fucking, who is this fucking guy? I like him, he looks good, but he's just such a fucking anomaly. I'm not mad that he's here, but I'm just fucking perplexed as to where this fucking guy came from. Cotton Eye fucking Joe, where'd he come from, where'd he go? Of course, let's just quickly cover all the basic review traps, because I'm fucked off. I decided to do the repaint before I did the main one, but this is an exclusive video, so I feel like I need to do a bit more to justify its existence. So, his articulation's all good, no waist swivel because of the fucking transformation, is what it is, make peace with it. You know, just like we have to fucking make peace that there's apparently a Thundercracker now. Due to transformation, he has forward and backward ankle tilts, which, not all that common. Or maybe they were by the last night, I can't remember. Nah, I don't have a fucking clue. In terms of weapons, he has two built-in weapons, one being the exhaust of the jet, and he uses it as some sort of cannon. And the other one being a fucking cockpit pickaxe thing. A cock axe. No, I'm not calling it that. I had a different way of displaying this, just for, like, the sake of it, but I can't remember what it was now. Oh, that's gonna bug me. Oh well. As well as that, like I said, he comes with 5mm ports for these missile pods that are meant to... This is how you're meant to do him, but I'm not interested in doing him like that. I'll keep him like this. But yeah, this has been a quick look at Studio Series 09 Thundercracker, released as an exclusive, so being done and reviewed as an exclusive. Thank you guys for your support. Your ongoing support is very much appreciated, and it does go back into the channel. It isn't just fucking me taking the money and running off, and I feel like if you guys are going to be paying for it, I should give you something more than just fucking early access in your name. But I don't want to say this will be a regular thing, because I don't think it will be. It takes me that fucking long to do one video. So we'll see how this goes. But yeah, that's about it from me. Thank you very much. Peace out, and I will see you guys in the main video. Studio Series 36 Drift and the Mini Dinobots in over 60 seconds. Let's go. Hello patrons, thanks for stopping by. Yeah, as I said in the previous video, we're going to do a little pit stop with Drift just because he was an exclusive, and fuck it, it's a chance for me to give something back to yourselves beyond my dulcet tones saying fuck and shit. So this is based on Drift from the last night. So this is him in his Mercedes form, which I didn't realise is basically the same vehicle as Dark of the Moon Soundwave. In this form, he's black and red, and he's just straightforward and nice, and I really like this car mode, and I really like this vehicle mode being used for drift. One thing I do like is that it has weapon storage for all 4 blades. Now, because this is the exclusive repaint one, he actually comes with a 5th blade, which has nowhere to store dedicated, sadly enough. The detail is nice on the vehicle, it holds together well, if a little bit loose. I think loose might be the right word. I don't know, it just feels like not particularly tight, a bit airy. Like there's a bit of trapped air underneath it. I think that's pretty much everything I wanted to say about the vehicle mode. I like it, it's well detailed, and it's fun. While I transform this, allow me a moment to talk about the mini Dinobots. And these 3 Dinobots are Tops, Terry, and Sharp T. As you can basically see, they're just downsized versions of the larger Dinobots, except they don't really look like the ones from the Bayverse. They look more like actual, like normal ones, if a bit chibified. They have some limited articulation, they have some paint applications. They're fine for what they are. Granted, there's the whole logical problem of where the fuck did they come from, where do they fit into the canon. But as far as the toys go, they're not going to tell me that. And Joe Hasbro's refusing to answer my letters. So one thing I do want to say about this Drift is that it's actually a reshell of the original Age of Extinction Drift. And I've never really spoke about it because I got rid of that figure fucking years ago. I hate that figure. I found the transformation to be tedious as anything. So when they came out with the Last Night Drift, I jumped on it, and it's a retool of that mold. I think I just said that, but whatever, we're here now. And then, lo and behold, 2 years later, they repainted the Last Night one. The transformation's straightforward, if some stuff doesn't tab in very well, but it's one of these, what are you going to do? But anyway, now that we got drifted to his robot mode. Okay, so I suppose I don't have the original to talk about, so I suppose I better just go through this as a normal review. His posability is fine, if nothing exceptional, which is a shame given he's meant to be a samurai character. He's meant to be limber and posable, and he's just not. Moving around the detail, it is nice, especially because this was a Studio Series repaint, they just upped the paint apps. Like when we get into the Wave 6 review, I'm going to be talking briefly about Cogman, who is the same fundamental concept he is. Here's an old mold, we've repainted it, but because we didn't have to make the mold from scratch, the paint apps look lovely. And it's just really nice. It's all red and black highlights. Right, the whole figure's black. It's red and silver highlights across the black chassis. He holds together well. As I mentioned before, he comes with this big sword. And he also comes with all the other swords that Drift has usually come with in the past. And unfortunately, there's no dedicated storage space for this big sword. Which just makes it all weirder because there's a tab on the side, as if there's somewhere to put it. You try and put it anywhere, it's not happening. I think the only other thing I would probably want to add in is, so as we go through the waves, I believe wave 7 has the helicopter drift from Age of Extinction, which just begs the question of, is this going to be the only Last Night drift, or will this eventually see some sort of mainstream release without the mini dinobots? And the other question I think worth asking on top of that is, are they eventually going to do the Bugatti drift? I know there's always leaks of Age of Extinction figures that are getting Studio Series releases. I'll believe it when I see it, but it does beg the question of, are they going to revisit that particular point in time? And I think it would be interesting to see. You never know. As it stands, for me, this was just a fun little video just to stop and take one side. I'm sure everyone who's listening will be thinking, fun. But yeah, I think that about sums it up. This is a nice little set. I've had a quick look online. It's not too expensive. If you want the Dinobots, if you want probably the best drift figure in mainline, this is probably your one to get it. He holds together alright. He's got the nicest vehicle mode of them all. If any of you out there listening are car plebs, I'm really sorry for insinuating that I would prefer a Merc over a Bugatti. Get fucked, I guess. Studio Series 68 Leadfoot in over 60 seconds. Let's go. Why the fuck couldn't he have been the funny number? I already had Devastator. I don't want to buy a fucking multi-pack. Anyway, Leadfoot here is the culmination of the Wreckers, completing that holy trinity of colours that appeases my 5-year-old brain. Well, it's not my 5-year-old brain. It belongs to a 5-year-old. I keep it in a jar under my desk. You want to see it? Being that he is the third of the Wreckers, he comes with everything you expect. He's decked out in fucking weapons. He's got some NASCAR detailing. But most importantly, this guy got a fucking brand deal. So out of the 7 of you that'll watch this, in case anyone is unaware, Leadfoot was originally a Target exclusive because of the Target branding. It really put a target on him for Target to target him for Target sponsorship. I'm gonna be sick. But yeah, looks pretty cool. Love me some over-the-top AI generated rocket boosters for a fucking race car. He is supposed to have some weaponry attached at the top there, but they fit better on his arms, and the tabs on this guy are shit. More on them in a minute. I think I've said everything I've needed to, so I'm gonna break for lunch and I'll be back in an hour. Ah, that was some good samosas. Now, before I get too invested in glub shit over here, we first of all got to talk about his dog. Doggy dog. The fossilized remains of the dog from Futurama. Yeah, for some reason, I think just to kind of pad out the price point, they thought to throw in Steeljaw, who, for those of you decided to watch Dark of the Moon with your fucking eyes closed, wasn't in the movie. Given how frequently this guy has popped up as an accessory, though, and by that I mean twice, I have a feeling Hasbro regrets cutting him out. Joe Hasbro regrets not petting the dog, pass it on. Also, it doesn't do anything, so that's always good. My man here is just the perfect culmination of these Scottish jokes about the Wreckers. Gut, beard. I could just smell the football hooliganism looking at this guy. Oh, come on, you rage. I've got wee Sally's lunch money riding on this, you bastards. Come on, kick that ball. Excuse me, mate, are you English? No. Aye, well, you look like a dick either way. Oh. No, I'm just having you on, you wee fanny. Can you bum us a ciggy? But no, taking the memes out of things and purely looking at Leadfoot on his own mystifying exclusive metric. Oh, he's probably the best of the Wreckers, but it's been a really fucking low bar. Well, I'm talking low enough that single-celled organisms have to limbo under that fucking thing. Like, speaking honestly, range of articulation is good, but it's not great. Remember, you're only a Dark of the Moon Studio Series release. You don't get that great articulation. In case you were unsure, his knees are very fucking weird to the point that they probably don't really exist. The motion options in the arms are fine, but they're just a bit strange and I don't really know why. I would comment on the backpack, you know, like I am now, except given how he's wearing it on the front, it's more like he's wearing the car as a poncho, so it's not really worth drawing that much attention to. It's not the most expressive palette in the world, but you know, it'll get the job done in a hurry. Head sculpt's looking pretty fucking good, and I'm only just now realising that he actually has a mouth. Yeah, all in all, bit of a neat boy. Like I say, probably best of the bunch, but it's not exactly saying much of anything. Is it worth tracking these guys down? Probably not. Not unless you have anything more than a passing affinity for the wreckers or just any sort of degree of completionism in general. Like, this guy's probably the most worth it of them all, and he's definitely not fucking worth the price I'm willing to bet he goes for. Oh, wreckers, you were so close to being somewhat acceptable. Now time for you to go back onto the shelf and be forgotten about. Fuck yous.